killing of Ashli Babbitt and the truth about her wrongful death blows up the January 6th narrative. As you may know, Judicial Watch settled on behalf of the Ashli Babbitt family with the U.S. government her wrongful death lawsuit for her family. Upwards of nearly $5 million resulted from that settlement. But Judicial Watch didn't stop the investigation of Ashli Babbitt's death. We had concurrently a federal FOIA lawsuit for records about her from the FBI on behalf of her family. And they've been turning documents over to us, and so we were quite surprised to find out all of a sudden the FBI took the position that the settlement somehow precluded the FOIA case, and that they took the position the case should be shut down, which is astonishing and outrageous to us. And so the good news, and I've been talking about this online, so I wanted to bring you up to date, to those of you who have been following us online, is that the FBI and the Justice Department have backed away, and we are engaged in discussions in order to get the rest of the FBI records that are releasable to us on Ashli Babbitt. Why is the Ashli Babbitt case important? And clearly the Justice Department and the FBI ultimately agree with us that it's important, because they backed away from the initial effort to try to shut down the case after we pushed hard on it. They recognize too, and I know President Trump recognizes this, that's kind of the killing of Ashli Babbitt and the truth about her wrongful death blows up the January 6th narrative. Because the January 6th narrative has you believe the only victims, and there were victims on January 6th of violence, but the only victims the left would have you believe were people supposedly defending democracy. But they don't talk about the victim of unlawful violence, in this case that Judicial Watch is representing, Ashli Babbitt, right? Because that blows it all up. She was wrongfully shot. Someone, Lieutenant Michael Byrd, now captain, ambushed her and shot her dead. Protester killed in cold blood, in my view. And they don't want you to know about that. They don't want you to acknowledge that. And President Trump, through the settlement of Ashli Babbitt, essentially acknowledged it, because he agrees with the thinking that I'm presenting to you. He'd probably even go further, knowing President Trump, right? But what happened to Ashli Babbitt is unforgivable, and we're happy that the Trump administration has kind of backed off from, I don't know why they took an aggressive position that the case should be shut down. It was just kind of crazy for a time there. So, I mean, this is kind of the work we have to do. We sue, and you would think sometimes the Trump administration would be like, okay, here are the documents. This is an important issue. We agree with you, Judicial Watch. But as I jokingly say, the resting state of the deep state is secrecy. So you got folks in the deep state who don't want these documents to come out because of partisan or ideological reasons. You've got the bureaucracy that is completely incapable of doing their work in terms of reviewing and releasing documents. So their first instinct is, well, it's going to take forever because I don't want to work hard. So it's a kind of an unholy mess of, contempt for the rule of law, people who are lazy and don't want to work. And it's Judicial Watch that has to fight this each and every case, no matter who's president. No matter who's president. So it's an important development. We're going to be getting more FBI files from Ashli Babbitt, despite the FBI recently, and in my view, outrageously saying that the settlement on a different case somehow settled a FOIA case. It was just absurd. But the good news is they backed away. They backed away. We're engaging with them, and we hope to get the documents relatively soon. So I wanted to provide you that update. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.